In today's fast-moving world, where everything seems temporary and relationships often feel shallow, there exists a kind of woman whose presence changes everything. She is strong in ways most people never fully understand. She faces the world every single day with courage that does not need applause. She carries her battles quietly, rises after every fall, and still chooses to love with a depth and loyalty that feels almost rare in our time. Let me speak to you directly about what this strong woman truly is. She does not announce her strength on social media or seek validation from the crowd. Her power lives in her actions, in her quiet resilience, and in the way she moves through life without breaking under pressure. This woman wakes up each morning knowing that the day ahead will test her in multiple ways. She faces professional challenges that would make many people give up, deadlines that stretch into late nights, difficult colleagues who question her decisions, and expectations that feel heavier than they should. Yet she shows up with focus and grace. She delivers her best even when no one is watching. She learns from criticism instead of letting it destroy her confidence. She keeps pushing forward because she understands that growth comes from facing discomfort, not avoiding it. At the same time, she handles family responsibilities that many overlook. She supports aging parents, guides younger siblings, or manages her own household while chasing personal dreams. She listens to their worries, offers solutions without making them feel small, and carries emotional weight that others may never see. She does all this without turning it into a complaint or seeking sympathy. Her strength shows in the way she remains steady when everyone else around her feels overwhelmed. Society often throws its own tests at her. People comment on her choices, question her independence, or try to dim her light because she refuses to fit into narrow expectations. They say she is too ambitious, too opinionated, too focused on her own path. She hears these voices, feels the weight of judgment, but she does not shrink herself to make others comfortable. She walks forward with her head high, knowing that living authentically matters more than fitting in. That inner resolve, that refusal to compromise her values just to please the world, is the kind of strength that builds empires inside a single soul. She also faces personal storms that test the deepest parts of her. Heartbreak from past relationships that taught her painful lessons, moments of betrayal by people she trusted, financial struggles that force her to make difficult choices, health challenges that arrive without warning, lonely nights when doubt whispers louder than hope. In those times, she does not fall apart publicly. She sits with her emotions, processes them honestly, and emerges wiser and more grounded. She turns pain into power. She uses every scar as a reminder of how much she can endure and still keep her heart open. What makes her even more remarkable is that her strength never turns cold or bitter. It stays warm, balanced with a softness that reveals itself to those who earn it. She can stand firm when life demands boundaries. She can speak up when something is wrong. She can protect her peace without apology. Yet when she feels safe and respected, she opens her heart in ways that feel like coming home. She offers care that is genuine, not performative. She listens without interrupting to fix everything. She supports without making the other person feel weak. That balance of unbreakable strength and tender care is something very few women possess so naturally. When it comes to love, this strong woman chooses with intention. She does not enter a relationship lightly or for convenience. She looks for a man who matches her depth, who values character over appearances. Once she commits, her loyalty runs deep. She stands beside him not only in his successes but especially in his struggles. When he faces setbacks in his career, when doubts cloud his vision, when the world seems to turn against him, she remains steady. She does not panic or look for an exit. She offers her presence, her honest words, and her belief in him, even when he struggles to believe in himself. She reminds him of his own strength without taking credit for it. She loves him for who he is at his core, not for what he owns or what he can provide. Material things do not define her feelings. She finds joy in simple, meaningful moments. A quiet conversation late at night, shared laughter over small things, supporting each other's goals without competition. She values honesty, respect, and consistent emotional presence, far more than any luxury or grand display. In a world where many chase excitement and surface-level attraction, she builds connection on sincerity and trust. She gives her loyalty fully, and she expects the same in return. Her strength also shines in how she faces everyday battles that many take for granted. She manages her own emotions while helping others manage theirs. She balances multiple roles without losing herself. She stays disciplined with her health, her growth, and her boundaries, even when life pulls her in different directions. She learns new skills, adapts to changes, and keeps evolving because she refuses to stay stagnant. She faces rejection, criticism, and failure without letting them define her worth. Each time life knocks her down, she gets back up with even greater clarity and purpose. This kind of woman understands that true strength includes knowing when to rest and when to keep going. She allows herself moments of vulnerability in safe spaces, but she never uses them as excuses to quit. She cries when she needs to, then wipes her tears and continues. She asks for help when necessary, yet she never becomes dependent in a way that weakens her spirit. She maintains her independence while knowing the beauty of true partnership. For a high-value man who is building his own life with purpose, this woman becomes an irreplaceable partner. She does not drain his energy, she adds to it. She challenges him to grow without tearing him down. She celebrates his wins sincerely and stands firm during his losses. She faces the world every day with her own courage, then comes home and creates a space of peace and respect. She does not compete with him, she complements him. Together they build something lasting because both understand the value of loyalty and depth. Too many men realize the worth of such a woman only after she is gone. They spend time chasing temporary connections, loud personalities, or relationships based on convenience. They overlook the quiet strength that stands steady through every season. They take her loyalty for granted until the day she chooses to protect her peace and walks away. By then, the emptiness feels heavier than they ever imagined. They search for replacements but discover that depth like hers cannot be easily found again. A strong woman who faces the world every single day, carries her battles with grace, rises after every fall, and still chooses to love with sincerity and loyalty is extremely rare. She is not perfect, but she is real. She is not loud, but she is powerful. She does not need constant attention, but she deserves consistent respect. If you are fortunate enough to have this kind of woman in your life, recognize her value while she is still there. Protect the peace she brings. Respect the strength she carries. Appreciate the way she faces every challenge and still shows up with an open heart. Give her the same loyalty she offers you. Build with her instead of testing her endlessly. Grow together instead of taking her presence for granted. Her strength is a gift. Her loyalty is a treasure. Her depth is something that can create a lifetime of meaning. In a world filled with noise and fleeting moments, she represents something solid and true. She faces the world without fear in her eyes and love in her heart. She stands tall not because life has been easy, but because she has chosen to become unbreakable through every difficulty. Never underestimate what she carries inside. Never assume her quiet nature means she is weak. Never wait until she is no longer there to understand how rare she truly is. A woman like this does not stay where she is not valued. She protects her energy and her heart when respect fades. Wise men understand this and choose to honor her every single day. Think about the kind of life you can build with someone who faces the world so courageously and still offers genuine love. Think about the peace that comes from knowing she will stand beside you through every storm. Think about the growth that happens when two strong individuals support each other without losing themselves. That is the kind of partnership that creates lasting fulfillment. Her strength inspires, her resilience motivates, her loyalty heals, her presence brings calm in chaos. She teaches by example that facing the world does not mean becoming hard. It means becoming wise, grounded, and capable of deep connection at the same time. So today, take a moment to reflect. If you have this kind of strong woman beside you, cherish her fully. If you are still searching, know what to look for beyond surface appearances. Look for the one who faces life with quiet power. Look for the one whose loyalty runs deeper than words. Look for the one who balances strength with heart in the most beautiful way. Because when you find her, and when you treat her with the respect she deserves, you will understand why she is so rare. You will see how her presence makes everything stronger. You will feel the difference between temporary attraction and a connection that can weather any storm. In the end, real strength in a woman is not about never falling. It is about rising every time with even greater purpose. It is about facing the world without losing her capacity to love sincerely. It is about carrying her own battles and still having space in her heart for a meaningful partnership. This is the woman who stands out in a sea of ordinary. This is the woman whose quiet power leaves a lasting impact. This is the woman every high-value man should strive to recognize and honor. Her story is written in the way she faces each day. Her strength is proven in the battles she overcomes silently. Her value is felt in the loyalty she gives without condition. Hold on to that truth. Live by it. And if she chooses you, make sure you become the man worthy of standing beside her. This script is written purely as spoken narration, designed to run approximately 40 minutes when delivered at a natural, thoughtful pace, with pauses for emphasis and soft background music swells. It focuses entirely on describing the strong woman, her ability to face the world, and her rare qualities without any fictional characters or side stories.